How to make 3D bats for your Halloween wedding using Cricut. So, you want to make a cauldron of 3D bats for your Halloween wedding or party, seasonal decor, and yes, the collective noun for bats is cauldron, which I think is kind of amazing. The equipment you'll need to make this, we are doing it as a Cricut DIY, so you'll obviously need your Cricut machine, whichever type you've got. I am using black craft board from their craft board samplers. You can use other cards and papers as well. You'll just adjust the material in the Cricut settings. And I'm using the light grip mat to go with this, just because heavier grip ones might tear off the fibers of the paper or card that you're using later on, which obviously we don't want. You can find a full list of the materials in the description box below. So to make life easy for you when you come to trying to upload your image into Cricut, I've pre-created for you a digital image of the bats, so you can simply download that from our website, which I will link in the description box below for you. It's on our wedding downloads tab, and you will see this image of the bats, which you can then click to download, and it should fit straight in to your Cricut Design Space. So once that's downloaded, save it wherever you like to save your stuff and come across to your blank canvas inside Cricut Design Space. So as you can see, I've got my open page here, and from there we need to bring this image in. So whether you're using our image of the bats or your own, you need to upload it. So upload over on the far left of the screen. And obviously mine's already in here, but we'll ignore that and pretend it's not for now. Come to upload image, browse for the file or drag and drop it in here, whatever's easiest. It needs to be in one of these file formats. The one I've created is a PNG file, so that would work right away. So simply find wherever you stored it. You see that's loaded in. Come down to the bottom right and hit continue. And you don't need to do any more prep here. I've already removed the background for you, so there's nothing, it's ready to go, nothing to erase. Apply and continue again in the bottom right. Here we're going to pick the single layer in the middle because we're not trying to print and cut or anything like that. It is ready to go as it is because the card's already black and we just need to cut the shape. So continue and upload. So as you can see, it has dropped it in absolutely massive. It always just likes to drop things in big, but we'll ignore that. This is obviously much bigger than your cutting mats, so we need to reduce that down as a starting point. So to do that, if you come up to the top middle where you see it says size, and you'll see a width and a height, we're gonna move it down to 11.5. This is in inches. So your mats are 12 by 12 inches. You also need to be slightly smaller than that to fit within the parameters. So this will now work beautifully for you. And then that is all the prep you need to do. You can make more of them if you want to. So you can copy and paste it depending how many bats you need, but I've given you a range, a selection of sizes here. So to make it, come up to the top right and hit make. As you can see, it's now dropped it onto your virtual mat. You don't need to do anything over here. Come to continue. This is now where you're going to set your base material. So you might recall before I said if you had different types of card to what I'm using, this is where you would choose yours. Mine's always saved from my favorites here, so it's the artboard craft board that I'm going to select. If yours isn't in your favorites, you can go to browse all materials and you see artboard, cardstock are the first two that come up. You can select from one of those, trying to decide which is the closest description to what you have. And this adjusts the pressure with which your fine point blade will cut. So this is going to really be based on the weight or the cardstock of your paper. So as you see, there's a few options there. So you pick what's most appropriate for you. I'm going to cancel out of here because mine's already there. So craft board. And then as you can see, it tells you exactly what to do. So we're going to load in our fine point blade and get that card on the materials. Grab that light grip mat, your card, and secure it to the mat. making sure it's your fine point blade that's loaded into the machine. Then feed the mat into the machine. Make sure the star rollers are spaced out evenly so that they can easily pull the mat in and out. And then press the flashing arrow button to draw the mat in. Then you're ready for your cut to begin. Make sure you've got good clearance behind your machine as well. Once it's finished cutting, the arrow button will start to flash again. You simply press that to reject. To get your design off your mat, it's really important that you flip it over and peel the mat away from the card, not the card away from the mat. This will prevent your design from curling unwantedly. And as you can see, all the bats came away beautifully. So if you're looking at these and thinking, Rebecca, you said we were making 3D bats. Well, don't worry, that is the next step and it couldn't be easier. There's two very simple ways you can go with this. If you're time poor, you might just want to do the one fold from the body so that the wing comes up, so the base will sit flat against your wall or mirror, whatever you're doing, and the wings will become 3D, very simply like that. If you've got a little bit more time on your hands, feeling a bit more committed, you can go and create this kind of fold with the wing so that it has a bit more kind of flight element to it. So to do this, obviously for the first wing, that's very simple. I'll show you on a slightly bigger bat. To do that, I'm just going along the edge of the body and folding in. So on the theory that the body will be what's attached to your surface, you need to bring the first thing in, so the wing in. You're going to do that on both sides regardless of what technique you're going to apply. Okay, so you can now stick that down and leave it just like that. That is going to work great. So if you want to go a step further, I would grab a ruler to try and make this a little bit neater. And the first thing you will do is flip your bat over, because you're going to create that zigzag. So you need to go in the opposite direction. And we're going to go from the point at the top of the bat's wing to the lower part. So I'm going to grab the ruler, line it up against those 2 points and use that to push against. You can do the same on the other wing while you're here. So that inner one, line it up. Flip back over and now do the same thing on these outer 2 pieces. And you can flip it back over, and as you can see, you've got your bat in flight. To secure my bats, I'm going to grab my removable, keyword again, removable, glue dots and attach it to the back of the body of all of my bats. So that's your cauldron of 3D bats ready to go for your Halloween wedding. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, if you could give the video a like, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss even more content like this.